Hey, Ginger, John Schneider here.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm sorry. I was doing an interview with a gentleman in New York who was a huge Smallville fan.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
And oh my gosh. So I looked down and I saw that you were calling and I thought, oh no. And I had to politely hang up with him.
But
I'm delighted to talk with you. Hi.
Hi. I haven't talked to you in a little while. I'm starting to realize we have more and more friends in common all the time. Like,
oh, really?
Well, Jen Gotson and I are very, very close friends.
Oh, she's wonderful.
And I got to be in her film because I was at the wedding, The Farmer and the Belle. So I'm actually in the actual movie because I'm in the wedding. But then I also got to be a contributing writer on the film. So I was really excited. But also, my friend Brian Mays, obviously, you know him.
Oh, sure. Absolutely do.
And then I posted something about doing an interview with you today, and one of my dear childhood friends said you came out to this big kind of open house thing she had for her State Farm agency. Her name was Carrie Hargrave, and you were out there last year. I grew up with her since like my birth, and she's like, he came out to an event, and she sent me a picture of you guys together, and I was like,
oh, that's great.
Wow, this is like the coolest thing. So like every time I turn around, there's like another cool like coincidence. Yeah. Well, and then one of Jen and I's mutual friends was working, or has been working for you at your place, especially for the extravaganza. Michael Warren.
Oh, terrific! We love Michael.
Isn't that funny?
Michael and his dad, what sweet people.
And they sat in front of us at the wedding. at Jen's wedding, that is. So anyways, it's just kind of funny how it just like, it just keeps intersecting. But that, and I'm a huge fan, not because my brother made me, but that didn't hurt because you only had one TV back then. So
right, yeah, and you had to watch it when the show was on.
And unfortunately, whoever didn't have we didn't have remotes. Whoever it was their turn,
Whoever had the energy to go up and turn the button.
Yeah, it's hard to get to do that anymore. I don't even know where my buttons are on my TV. I'm not sure there is any.
I don't know. They hide them, right?
Exactly. Right. Well, so I'm so excited to talk to you about what's going on now, but you had a busy year just last year, and you've already started off with a bang this year. You had like Dancing with the Stars. I want to know how the Odyssey turned out, because you had that going all year long, and then the Christmas music. How did all that go?
It went great. Our goal was to release a song every Tuesday of last year, and we did.
It's so amazing.
So that worked. It was a lot of hard work, but we did it. Received really well on radio and by the fans alike. So I'm out touring with much of that music now, and some of the we also redid the greatest hits from back in my MCA days.
Wow!
So we did those acoustically because the Odyssey was so much about words. I wanted people to hear the words that I had fallen in love with back in the '80s. So we did that. And then we had, because the Odyssey had 2 Tuesdays in before Christmas, we decided to do a Christmas album, because we had 2 songs, which that doesn't make an album. So we did 8 more.
Oh my gosh.
And did an album called Merry Christmas Baby, which was a wonderful B.B. King song. And living in Louisiana, I'm now totally entrenched in the music of New Orleans and Baton Rouge and Lafayette and all the wonderful, wonderful people here. So
that's a good place for a guy and his guitar to get some influence.
It is a good place for a guy and his guitar.
And honestly, I think that's my favorite of you. Like I do like your actual music files, but like, even when you did the movie with Jen, with Doonby, just hearing you and just a guitar, I think that's the most powerful. I love hearing, your actual voice.
Thank you.
I think you have an incredible singer-songwriter vibe,
Thank you.
Which I think country music is all about that anyway.
And now we're doing a gospel record.
Oh, no, I cannot wait for this.
Yeah.
So, oh,
And you know,
this is
that's
so
because of
exciting.
Michael's dad.
Well, he not amazing? I love that man. He is so kind.
Well, he was out moving, picking up trash and doing anything he could. He's one of those people
He's a
that
servant.
if he says, if you need me to do anything, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. He worked tirelessly for Bo's Extravaganza. Michael was here for weeks before Bo. I'm not sure if Michael's. He might be. I haven't been over to the studio yet this morning. I've been on the phone. But they're what great people.
Oh yeah, a great family. And his dad sat in front of us during, in the wedding. And my son is 25, and so he's easily influenced by he gravitates towards like good men, like that are his, like would be equivalent to his dad or grandpa's age. And
Well, good. That's great.
he thought the world of him. And he's a huge John Schneider fan. He's totally offended by the new Dukes of Hazzard stuff. Like, regardless of their their own credit by their own thing, he's like, there's only one Bo and Luke Duke. There can't be more. You can keep reinventing that. Like he can come back and do another movie or something. But my son was just so like sad he could not have gone down there. But man, this thing was huge. Before that, I wanted to know. I guess Earl Thomas Conley died yesterday. Was it yesterday?
I heard that.
Like I was a big fan of his. Like I remember getting his album. He was in a Walmart down in Texas where I grew up, and he was in a Walmart signing autographs of his album. And like it was random, and we just met him.
Yeah. Well, for a long time, Walmart was the biggest seller of country music.
I can imagine. Yeah, and it's still a great outlet for sure for DVDs now. Like a lot of them are premiering only at like Faith Films, premiere only at like Walmart now because Walmart will display them and everything. But anyways, I dissected for a minute. But so the Bo's Extravaganza, I kind of I've heard in so many other people's opinions, like what it was like, but. So tell me what, in your own words, this is the 40th anniversary of Dukes of Hazzard, so this makes it special. But
well, it was great, and I jumped to General Lee. I finally did it.
Oh my gosh!
I jumped the car.
Are you crazy? Like yes. That was my first thought when we're too old for this, John.
Oh no!
I don't think you actually look almost younger in certain ways than you did. Maybe it's the 70s hair, but it's like, do you age? I don't know what you're doing, but
I'm happy. At least it makes me smile. So,
well, this is what Michael reports back to me. He said that he really just adored her and thought you were really super happy. And I mean, it's good because it's not been an easy road, and I'm glad to see you have some incredible personal happiness as well as professional. It's
we're
overdue
in every regard. Well, she's very creative in the business end too, but everything we do, whether it's going to dinner or doing Bo's Extravaganza, we're partners in it. It's a team effort. Not about me, it's not about her, it's about us.
It really should always be what it's about, right?
Yeah, and I hadn't had that in ever.
Most of us haven't. It's a rare thing, but it's really the way it should work.
Yep. So when you are fortunate enough to get it, recognize it, hang on to it, and do things with that. We worked hard for Bo's Extravaganza, but we also had a lot of fun. The success bonds you, gets you closer together. The adversity bonds you, gets you closer together. If you are a team, truly a team, everything you do, successful and non-successful, just puts you closer together. So it was a wonderful experience and tremendously successful. Loved it.
Now,
but it was hard.
You had like 10,000 people there, somewhere in that range?
Yep.
I'm still blown. I mean, I'm not blown away because I know the love they have for you and for obviously Dukes of Hazzard, but still. And then you had Kid Rock out there, and
Kid Rock came.
I mean,
that was great. He was a Dukes of Hazzard. Is a Dukes of Hazzard fan and a friend of mine, and asked if there was anything he could do, because he knows of the adversity, knows of the issues that have gone on over the last several years and the last several months, and said, hey, can I do anything? And I said, absolutely. If you're available, come sing at my birthday party. He asked when it was. I told him. He said, let me check. And he got back to me and said, I can do that. And they showed up.
I just thought that was so cool that I saw you with the Waylon Jennings painting.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that? I mean, it's kind of cool
so
of all these.
did that. They told me just how to hold it. So it was great. And then there's a picture of Wade.
Yeah.
Waylon's grandson doing the same thing.
Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
And
so it was great all the way around. Everybody had a ball. We had not only our Dukes people, but we had my Haves and Have-Nots family.
Yes, I love that show.
They were there. Loved them. Also had Butch Patrick from the Munsters, which was cool because I grew up watching that show.
We all did.
Lots of music represented. Car show. Lots of beautiful cars. We had 65 General Lees in a General Lee parade.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I knew there was a bunch of them, but my goodness. Like people, like their individual General Lees or?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
They brought them from all over the place. We had people from, mother and son drove in, and the son's like 28, from Squamish, British Columbia in a 68 Dodge Charger, General Lee. All the way from, that's where we were very close to where we filmed Smallville, and drove all the way from there together. And it was wonderful. Wonderful.
It's funny because I forget how many things you're in because, like, my daughter used to love The Secret Life of the American Teenager, and she's like, and so her first thing is, that's Grace's dad. And my son's like, no, that's Bo. It's Bo from Duke's.
No, that's Jonathan Kent.
Yeah, exactly. It's really.
That's the guy from the Haves and Have-Nots.
And that's my newest thing. That's where I really like the show, but I think you just have it's not only a versatility, but you have this warmness to your character that I think everybody can identify with, and it makes it
Even
makes
in the
it
Haves
easy.
and Have-Nots, I love that. Nobody's ever called me warm on that
well,
show.
maybe not that one. maybe I shouldn't say most of them there.
Yeah.
But it is, I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. Everything he does just turns to gold pretty much. And I'm so glad I saw that it's like the #1 prime time on cable for Tuesday nights. Like just
for 5 years running, it's been the #1 primetime show on cable for Tuesdays. Yeah. Pretty amazing.
I mean, do you look back about, say, 5 years ago and like think like you would not have predicted where like you are right now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of seems to have happened, in good and bad ways. I understand, but
Well, I thought I love the Haves and Have-Nots, and to me, the Haves and Have-Nots is for me what Dallas was for Larry Hagman. So it's been great, and I didn't know that Alicia and I were going to be in the monstrous music festival business, but I'm delighted that we are.
And I see you're doing a biker festival in July.
We're doing a biker festival the end of July. Yeah.
And
so bike week bike week is sometime during July. So we're trying to have another destination. I mean, there's Sturgis and there's Daytona, and it'll take a while. I mean, it's certainly not going to happen the first year, or even probably the first 5. But we want to have another destination for two-wheel enthusiasts to come hang out, listen to some great music, meet new friends, and stay in touch with them after they leave here.
Dare I ask what else is in store this year?
Well, and we've got our, and that's called a Bobecue. Biker Bobecue.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we have, of course, we've got Halloween's, and we've got a beautiful place. I mean, a lot of horror films have been shot here at the studio, so we have a perfect setting for Halloween. So we want to do an escape room, and
I think those are so cool.
Yeah, so we want to do that, and then show people a movie, and then traipse them through where we shot it late at night and scare them.
That's so awesome.
So that'll probably be Bo Boo or something like that.
There you have to. Yeah, it's too close.
Yep. And then we have our Christmas Bazaar, which we did last year, and we're going to do it again this year. We're going to amp it up a little bit, though. Now that we've had this really successful event last weekend, I think we have to amp up every subsequent event.
I think it was great, though, that it was so hugely attended, because you doing your, like your biker festival, like I think it's you've got a lot of people that even if they don't ride bikes, they're going to come out and see it,
Yeah, come out. If you ride one, ride it. If you don't, come out and look at some great bikes. Yeah, come out and check it all out. So the plan ultimately is to have four big events here a year.
Wow.
And then other time, we still make movies. I believe has the greatest tax incentive system for not only studio films, but especially for independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
So we're trying to attract independent filmmakers to the state of Louisiana so they can come down and spend their money wisely, get some of it back, and put that toward post-production.
Well, you know what that's like.
I do.
Especially faith films.
With all that.
Yeah. I think faith films especially have the hardest get-go, as far as getting, unless they go straight to Hallmark or something, they have a hard time getting, out to the public. And I think that's, because of the budget and having some place where they can.
Well, yeah, you spend, most of the time they spend all their money on the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, oh, wait, we have to let people know we made it.
We have to actually promote it?
We have to let people know it's available.
That's how you're supposed to get your money back. And
exactly. Yeah. Oh, we have to sell it now.
If you ever want to make another one.
That's right.
I'm curious, do you ever tire of the bow thing, or is it just so part of your life?
It's just great.
I think that's awesome.
I have in the past. I have
had your moments.
I do prefer it when people say, "Hey, that's John Schneider. He played Bo," rather than, "Oh, Bo, what's your name?"
Oh,
that's kind of like that.
I can't imagine anybody doing that anymore because of all the other things you've been in.
I think people do it just to be cute, but yeah, it doesn't happen much. But no, I completely embrace my inner Bo. I see the smiles on people's faces when they realize it's me, especially from that show.
You did have your Duke brother out there too.
I had my cousin. Don't say brother in here.
Oh, sorry.
My cousin, because the real Dukes fans will go, wait a minute.
Sorry.
Foul, party foul.
There's too many references. I'm telling you, that's the great thing about you, John. There's too many references. It's hard for me to keep them all straight up. Okay. But yes.
No, a lot of people get
Mr. Wopat. How about we say that?
Mr. Wopat was my cousin Luke was there. My other cousin Coy was there. Byron Cherry. So I loved having them at the studio. Both of them were here last year, and Tom has been here doing music several times in the past. We did a Christmas concert a couple years ago, and that's available actually on our JohnSchneiderStudios.com. People can get a hold of the Christmas concert. It's great. It's so much fun singing with him, playing music with him, and just having him around.
We had one of our fans ask if there was going to be a Boar's Nest franchise.
I have no idea. I think that might be up to Warner Brothers.
Yeah. I was like...
But maybe not, Cooter has Cooter's Place.
Exactly. You could have a barbecue. Yeah, you could pull that barbecue into a chain maybe one day.
Well, we have a Boar's Nest kind of a set here. We have a Boar's Nest at the studio. People can go, but not a franchise.
Yeah,
not a franchise.
Maybe we like do so many things a year so you can actually breathe and sleep and eat.
That would be good.
Yeah, I think you have.
I also have to tour. I'm touring with music, so.
You have an incredibly full plate. Now everybody can go to JohnSchneiderStudios.com to find out everything that's going on, correct?
Absolutely. They can, or they can go download my app. It's free. It's just called John Schneider. So
you can find
it. They can hear the music. You can kick the tires on the music. You can check out T-shirts and hats and the concert schedule and the movie schedule and all that is all right there. It works for iPhone. It works for Android. So either way you want to go, it's all there all the time. Or like you said, just go to johnschneiderstudios.com. And please go like my Facebook page. We have a lot of information on the Facebook page, and
Lots
I'm
of cool stuff.
a ham for going live. I go live on Facebook all the time, and I love it. I love audience interaction.
Well, and I didn't know that you helped co-found the Children's Miracle Network. I know you guys gave a part of your proceeds from the extravaganza.
We had our canisters everywhere. Yeah, helped start that back in 1982.
Wow, that's
We've
such a
raised
huge
over
thing.
$7 billion now. We're actually close to $8 billion.
It's a beautiful, beautiful charity for people to give to. It really is.
Yep. Yeah, folks, look that up. Look up, because all the money stays locally. Which we're still the only ones that do that, which shocks me because it just makes so much sense.
I think supporting local businesses, local artists, and all that is such an important thing.
And local children's hospitals.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Local everybody, because you need to start where you're at. Support the people around you. Well, I know that you have more interviews to go, and I'm not going to keep you from them.
I thank you so much for this wonderful conversation.
Oh, I adore talking to you, John, and I've got my fingers crossed about Farming the Belle, because that's my girl, and that's also my movie. So I just am excited about everything going on. I'm very happy for you personally, and I'm praying about everything else to just work out in God's timing. And but I'm excited for everything going on this year, and I promise I'm going to catch up with you, so probably in the summer, and after your maybe the biker festival, and we'll kind of catch up again to see how things are going. So great talking to you. You have a blessed day, John.
I will, and you do the same. I'll talk to you again soon. Say hi to Tim.
Thank you, John.